Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Skygrid with Boomer. And I wanted to bring you up to date on what's happened here in Boomtown. I just spoke with, believe this or not, the first 3 employees that Boomtown has hired. That's right. As a matter of fact, the mayor of Boomtown sent over a press release to tell me that they are not only hiring, but they're hiring a lot of people, they need a lot of workers. And they've started to build residential housing. We are actually at the first house that has been built in Boomtown. Can you believe this or not? Back over my right shoulder, you're going to see, we're going to go visit the first house. It's not quite done yet. You can see the door's not on. There's no number to indicate their address. But it's underway. Life is coming into Boomtown. It's so cool. It's so awesome. People are actually moving in. From my understanding, the first 3 villagers are actually moved into this house, is what I've been told. I don't know anything about the insides yet, how glamorous they are, or what's going on. I don't know. I'm assuming with all this money. I mean, you look here. Let's look at this property. I mean, 832 diamond blocks, bridges galore, tall buildings. You'd think, hey, this has got to be like the creme de la creme of any house in the world. We're going to kind of just go over here. Now, we don't have a sidewalk in yet either. So before we go in, I just want to, prepare you guys. I don't know what we're going to see. But let's kind of sneak up here and see what's going on. We don't want to scare the villagers. So should we knock? Well, it's kind of hard to knock. Wait, what? What is this? I thought this was a house. There's holes in the walls? Wait a minute, what's going on here? Let's go up and see what's going on. What? Well, whoa. Hold the phone. You guys are the first 3 people to move into Boomtown? And this is the housing that the mayor put you up in? Are you kidding me? They don't even talk to me. I can't even believe it. They're not even willing to talk. They are so mad. Oh my gosh. Really? You guys can't even talk to me about what's going on. Are you... Was this what you expected? I don't understand. I mean, you're like the 3 senior vice presidents of Boomtown. We got the farming industry here. We've got the mapped out, engineering division. And we've got the workers union here. And this is the I'm blown away. This is the accommodations you're given in this big luxurious house on the outside. And this is what you get. 3 beds nailed to the wall with some workstations and a lantern. You don't even have a bathroom, a kitchen, a living room, none of that. Why are you guys up here? Wait a minute, what was that? And that was an intruder. Oh my God. They put you in the house with him? Wow, 10 o'clock news. Here we come. We're going to have to report this. Why do we have a zombie and he's holding one of your stairs? And, oh, I see what happened. Okay. I think I got this. Tell me, guys, if I'm wrong. You were told to go move into this house, but this zombie snuck in before you guys could get here, right? And built this water death trap to try to catch you. You were smart enough and built the only working iron golem farm for 114. We'll come back to that, by the way. Wow, this blows me away. So what you've built is a laser defense area. So every time these golems spawn, they're going to get pulled into this area. Okay. Wow, this is pretty ingenious, guys, but this still can't be all that comfortable. So, yeah, cat's out of the bags, guys. This is an iron golem farm. Just wanted to put a little story in front of it just to have some fun. Now, the reason I said only working on golem farm, there are multiple versions of this farm that work out there. This is based off of the farm that Doc M77 put out when 114.3 came out. It's a little bit altered because the one he put out, unfortunately, when it came to pathfinding, had a bug to where the villagers could and did abandon their workstations. And it was so brand new that nobody really knew that that could even happen. And I know it's a bug. I actually was the one that reported it and just got an email back from Mojang 2 days ago that they believe it's fixed in 1.16 pre-releases. That's how long it's taken to address the bug, where they will randomly lose their workstations, even if there are no other workstations available. That's not supposed to happen. If they lose it, they're supposed to pick another one, even if they come back to the same one. And they weren't. And it's because of where the workstations were, they couldn't pathfind to them. So we've made a slight alteration of this. So let's kind of take you through real quick. This is also going to be a quick tutorial. So we've got the 3 beds in the same formation that Doc came up with. You have a half slab, or you could put a full slab right there. Either one is acceptable. Right above that is a trapdoor that's waterlogged. There's a waterlock. And what that does is it forces the villagers to bounce up and down. And during the nighttime, by bouncing up, they get their eyesight over this carpet. They can see the zombie villager, the zombie, and it scares them during the night. Now, during the nighttime, 2 things, really, not just during the night, but 2 things have to happen in order for iron golems to be spawned in a farm. The villagers have to sleep, and they have to have worked within, I believe, and I could be wrong, I thought it was 36 hours. Maybe it's 30, but anyways, 36 game hours. So a day and a half. So when it's time to sleep, all they've got to do is make the attempt. They just have to get into bed and lie down flat, and the game considers that sleeping. Then as they're down here, they see the zombie, they wake up, they pop back up here. During the day, during 2 to 9 o'clock, or 2,000 to 9,000 daytime, they're able to pathfind to their workstations. They keep their workstations. I've let this run for weeks on end and not had any issues. So I know this is bug proof, at least in 1.14. I can't speak to 1.15 or 1.16 yet, but I know my modifications to Doc's farm have proven successful over many, many hours and weeks and months of running this game. And so again, we've got one here, we've got one down below behind the water source, and then a third workstation is simply over there on the other side. This trapdoor simply keeps them in, and again, that slab with the carpet is to block their line of sight to that zombie when they are down, so they can rest. Then once they get into bed, even if they circle around, that's okay. They'll see the zombie and it wakes them up. And then that half slab above simply keeps the villagers from bouncing out too high. And then behind it, you can either do a half or a full slab. I'd recommend the full, but you could do a half. So that way the villagers, you can see they're trying to sleep, they see the zombie wake up. This keeps them from getting out the back. And I put the lantern here just because my guys here, they're afraid of the dark. And so we give them a little bit of light. Now, on our map, on Fanatic MC, natural mob spawning is turned off. So I don't have to worry about all the mobs coming in here, getting these guys and killing them. I haven't quite finished decorating here. We're going to do some more work, but I wanted to show you the basic villager farm. So Doc M77 had a great begin with. He just didn't know at the time he put up the video that actually was a bug with pathfinding. That now Mojang, like I said, they've emailed me and they claim that they've got it fixed in 1.16. Now, with iron golem spawning with this farm, they do spawn about every 30 to 35 seconds, just like Doc Light. It's a great farm. On the Fanatic server, we have something different. If they simply die, and I'm using magma, I just didn't want to get around to doing a lava. I thought the whole laser thing would kind of play into it. If they die just from the magma, non-player kill, they only drop 2 things. And our server has been modified because we have Slimefun. So they drop basic circuit boards, which are part of the Slimefun mod. And then they also drop the new berries. They don't drop the flowers. They don't drop iron here. Something, for whatever reason, the server owner does not want to let iron golems drop iron. This is the 3rd straight map we've had this. So as you can see, he dropped stone. I have 2 advanced hoppers here. This one is picking up stone and it's sending it to a shulker loader outside of this. And then this one is picking, whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. And then this one is picking up the activator rails, which technically are our basic circuit boards, and it puts it over here, and we use it for some of the functions within Slimefun related to androids. The zombie himself is in a cauldron. There's no water in a cauldron. Above him, he has a half slab to keep him from jumping out of the cauldron and coming down and dying down here. So in order to get those basic circuit boards, the iron golem does have to be killed by a player. So I can hit him 3 times. You see it at spawn. There was 40 in the chest before. Now there's 41. So if I wanted to, I can come down here and just kill iron golems all day, get myself a ton of advanced or basic circuit boards, and raise my McMMo level for swords. So you guys take care over there. We'll be back later, hopefully with a door. We'll come back, finish decorating the building outside, and we do need to keep that open area. So we are going to work on trying to decorate a little bit inside, maybe put a half slab stairwell up to the top. We do have to be careful though, because you do have to have a certain amount of space. If you need more than 7 blocks here in between so that the iron golems won't spawn any blocks below. And if you're going to stack this farm, there needs to be at least 10 blocks in between the entire farm. That way the farms don't merge and you don't end up losing spawns. Sorry guys, I don't know why I'm so tired. So that'll run for a while, so we'll let that go. But we wanted to bring you up to date on this. This is actually a modified miniature part of my base. It's going to eventually be on Skyblock when I start that. It's a much bigger castle, but I brought in just part of it. I really like the mix of the bone block along with the dark oak. We've incorporated the stairs, and then we've got the roof up there, which is all stairs up to the middle. It's a flat level with trapdoors up top, just to kind of give the roof a little bit of a different look. And then the sides of the building just have the stripes. Here's our shulker loader, very temporary for now. I haven't even put a shulker in there. I suppose I probably should. And just to make sure, nope, I got to get some more. I'll put a couple of blocks in front so that when it does get broken, oh, this is in the wrong spot. It's got to be in the bottom. Otherwise the hopper won't pick it up. So right now if it breaks, it would be kicked out a little bit, but this is also a suction hopper with a block radius of 4. So if I were to drop something out here, it should pick it up. Yep, so even if the shulker were to get knocked out this far, that hopper's still going to pick it up and put it in that chest for me. So I'm not too worried about it right now. I'll tell you what, I've got some fences. This may not stop it for certain, but if it gets caught on the fences, the hopper will pick it up. So we'll just do that for now. Eventually we'll build something that looks more like, I don't know, maybe like a newspaper vending stand or something like that. We'll come up with some way to do this a little bit better. Oh, wow, look at that. They heard about the jobs. Hey, guys, if you want to apply, you got to go to that center building over there and ask for Linda, okay? She'll get you going. Yeah, Linda. Linda's her name. Yeah, awesome. Thanks. Hey, flowers for you, too. Thanks for coming. All right, so a couple other things. We are going to, the mayor called me and said that he wants to stop production on this farm, so we are going to redesign the mushroom farm for the second one. The first one's still going. My gosh, what's going on with me? But we're not going to create a second one. We want to redesign this a little bit, so we are going to kind of take a twist on the horizontal Slimefun one. I'm sorry, the slime block one. So our first home though is up and running. I'm not quite sure why they've poked holes in their building, but we'll talk to them about that later. I don't know if they wanted more windows, what was going on. So that's where that's going at. We've been doing a lot of platforming. We haven't done a whole lot of builds. We platformed roughly 35 shulker boxes of stone going out into this area. Right now the base as a whole is covered, probably about 60 to 65% of the base is platformed with stone. Probably about 9% to 10% of the base, I'm going to say about 10% is covered with grass or dirt, which is currently spreading. We've completed 2 of the 4 mob grinders with our hourglasses. And if you'd like to see this, if you're on the server, Here, I'll tell you what, I got to turn chat back on so you can see this. We're going to go to it. If you want to go to Warp Hourglass, you can come and see the second one, and this has been modified slightly from the first one. This one is actually one layer higher because right there, what I'm focused on where my crosshair's on, I missed a layer building the first hourglass, and that part of it didn't get built. It just simply mounts right into the top. So I fixed it with this one. The first one, maybe down the road, I'm talking about having to remove a couple thousand blocks and replace them all. It's some very tedious work, so I'm probably not going to do it. I'll probably just leave the first one alone. We haven't done much grid clearing. We've been really struggling with a lot of ping and TPS issues lately. You can see even my video right now is a little herky-jerky. I don't know what's going on. Let's see if we can get an idea. No, but at the moment we're okay. Could just simply be my laptop too. So anyways, that's kind of what's been going on. We've been working on a couple other things in Slimefun. I'm going to kind of take you back up here. We haven't done a whole lot right now. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? Hang on, guys. How much time we got? We're good. So in Slimefun, if anybody's ever played it, you're new to the Fnatic server, you've been on Fnatic for a while, you've never been a Fnatic, but you played with Slimefun. There is no way to fully automate sulfate, which is required for batteries and for the capacitors, until yours truly found one. It took me a little bit of work. I got a clue from somebody that it might have been possible. Now, when I say automate, I'm going to say AFKable automated, meaning I can run overnight and get 4 to 5 dubs, double chest of sulfate. I'm going to show this to you. So what you're looking at here is a Go Boomer moment. Now, my son needs to be online to get all these minions to function. This is a 128 minion stone generator, although you see Cobble, they've all been upgraded. This took a lot of work. So I had to play 64. My son played 64 because there was a limit of 100 per server. And then we had to upgrade them all. So it cost $6-7 million of server currency to do all this. 128 minions plus the feeders plus to upgrade them all. So here's what happens. As they mine this stone, we'll come down in the water here. It comes down in here, works its way into this ice channel. Unfortunately, I can't swim in this channel. I'm not quite sure why. I've been trying to. There we go. Let's swim in the channel. Okay, so it comes out here. There we go. All this stone gets feeded to the person who AFKs here. But that's not enough. This is a... Oh, wow, we have water in it. It's a cauldron, but in Slimefun, it's also a composter that allows us to turn stone into netherrack. Slimefun can turn netherrack into sulfate all on its own, but we're going to turn the stone into the netherrack in order to make that happen. So what I do, and if I have too much stone, this is probably part of the reason why I'm lagging over here a little bit too. There is so much stone just sitting here. Alright, so stone's coming down at roughly, right now, a stack every 2 seconds. If I were to move this stair out of here and smack the side of the composter with the stone, it gets placed. It's not what we want. I need to be able to smack this with stone in my right hand without it being placed. So that's the reason for this stair. You could use a half slab, you could use a wall, anything that blocks a stone block from being placed. So as I come in here overnight, all I have to do is I have a wireless mouse I can put in my keyboard or my laptop. Hold down right click and pull out the receiver out of the laptop. It's the same as holding right click down all night. I sit here and right click, and what will eventually happen, I gotta fill my inventory up here real quick because I'm getting the stone. Oh, we're getting lag right now. Oh, here it comes. Oh, I know why it's coming so slow. There's only like, yeah, there's only that little bit of, come on. These are all the minions I have running. I only have like 16 of them running right now. I had my son be online. Like I said, you get a stack probably every 2 seconds or so. So anyways, as the stone would get fed in my inventory, I just sit here and smack this. You can see it goes back into the first available slot, so it goes into slot 2. Then what you're going to see here in about 5 seconds is another rack will start to shoot up. And if I run out, I just keep going until it gets back in my inventory. Netherite pops up. Below the netherite is a upgradable hopper that has a section turned on far enough to pick up any netherrack that hits the floor, or sometimes it gets it while it's in the air. If you see those little purple particles like you just did, it means it just picked it up. Sometimes it'll pick it up off the ground. But that goes on and on and on, and then eventually what happens, it gets teleported into this chest. The chest gets transmitted out by the network node, comes into the ore grinder, and once there's 16, it turns it into sulfate. So just to give you an idea, 1 double chest, 2 double chests, and about another 12 or 13 stacks. That was approximately, I was trying to remember, I want to say it's roughly 5 or 6 hours of just AFKing it. Normally getting sulfate is a major hassle because you can only get it from netherrack, and mining the nether stinks. It takes forever, and even using your materials benefit from rank, you still don't get a whole lot. I mean, a full chest of stone only yields 27 sulfate because it's 4 stone to 1 netherrack, so that's 6 3/4 stacks out of a chest, and then it's 16 netherrack to stone. I mean, to sulfate. So it's only 27 sulfate out of 1 full chest of stone. So this has made life a whole lot easier. I had crafted up a full double chest of batteries through Slimefun in roughly 10 minutes, whereas before that would have taken me weeks of just grinding and grinding and grinding and grinding and grinding. I made the mistake of letting word get out on the server that I'd done this, and now it's starting to spread a little bit. So I'm not putting sulfate in my shop. At least not yet. I'm not far enough along, and I'm not quite sure still how I'd want to price this, but it'd probably be higher than most materials. Simply because it is still going to be very hard to do, especially, I mean, I'm only one of maybe 10 people on a server that can build anything this big, much less have the money for the minions. That's what I meant, is most people don't have, $7 million to spend on minions and a partner, because it took 134 minions with the feeders. So you'd also need a partner because one person can only place 100. So if they built it a little bit smaller, built it, say, a 94 and 6 feeders, they could do it. But still, I mean, it's just, you need that kind of money. And there's only, like I said, 8 or 9 people on a server that even have that kind of money. So sure, yes, you could build a smaller version of it. So in time, could a lot of people do this? Absolutely. But I just want to kind of give you a heads up that it has been done. As full as possible. Little trick too, if you guys are trying to get water sources to move 100% on the same level. So here's what happens. We've got a water source coming down here. This is spot number 8. So there's a block up here, half slab, and then right here on this side, you can't see it. There it is, right there. There's a sign. There's a half slab here. What you do is you put water above this slab next to the sign. Doesn't go backwards, it can only go forward. So when something falls, it hits that water source and gets projected down, and it just repeats every 9 blocks. So it's like having one massive water source that goes all the way down and simply gets funneled right in. Oh yeah, my spider grinder. Hi, spider. So with that, guys, we're going to wrap up this relatively easy episode for today. Hopefully next time we're on, we're going to have some more fun. I am still working on trying to figure out how to do the Slimefun series. I don't know where I'm going to do it. I could do it here, but I'd have to get some stuff cleared out to lay it out, enough room for it. And maybe that'll be the case. But in the meantime, we want to say thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed the episode, please click on that like button for me. Consider subscribing if you're new. And we want to say, as always, that when you are on Skygrid, you gotta go boomer or you gotta go home. We'll see you later.